Hi, welcome. This is lesson 34. And now you're with me to study about word pairs. Are you familiar with word pairs? And do you use them a lot in your daily language? Well, I mean in English. 영어로 word pair 자주 사용하십니까? Well, I sometimes do and I sometimes don't. It depends on the situation, but usually if it is kind of a casual situation, I use these word pairs more often than this, formal languages whatsoever. Okay. 자, 조금 casual한 그런 상황 속에서 이런 그 word pairs들, idiomatic expressions 이런 것들이 더 많이 나오는 것 같은데요. Okay. Anyway, we're gonna study word pairs. 따단! As I've already told you. And then, do you understand many word pairs? Do you use them a lot in your everyday English? Well, let me take an example of some word pairs, right? Oh, well, we will find out sooner or later. Sooner, later, they go together, combined by and in the middle. So sooner or later는 곧이란 뜻이잖아요. Sooner or later. 보험회사 사원들이 잘 쓰는 표현. Life's full of ups and downs. You'll never know what will happen in your future, right? So, life's full of ups and downs. Here, up means what? Good points in your life. And down means bad point in your life, right? So, ups and downs and ups and downs. 우리 인생은 아주 잘 될 때도 있고 그렇지 않을 때도 있고 이렇게 ups and downs로 가득하다. ups and downs가 합쳐져서 those are word pairs, right? Okay. 자, 이런 것들이 여러 가지가 있습니다. Can you name some? 몇 가지 얘기하실 수 있으세요? Sick and tired. Oh, very good, very good. And what else? Yeah, that's right. Now and then. 이런 것들, occasionally, 가끔씩이는 그런 뜻. 이런 것들이 이제 합쳐져서 more and more 이렇게 합쳐져서 word pairs들이 만들어지는데요. Okay, I'm gonna give you a hint for some word pairs. I already written those definitions of these word pairs. So, 여러분께서 맞춰주셔야 되는 것은 이 word pairs로 그 페어로 이루어진 단어들 어떤 것들을 각각이 나타내고 있는지. Okay. 이것을 보시면 되겠습니다. So, what you need to find out, 어디서 찾아내야 되냐면, 93페이지 보시면요. 1번이 있어요. Match a word pair with a definition. So, 여기 definition이랑 word pair를 match를 해라. 라고 나오는데요. Okay, 맨 처음에요. Compromise. What does compromise mean? Compromise? Oh, I misspelled it. It's compromise, right? Compromise. Compromise는 타협하다라는 뜻이에요. So, you are there and I'm here. And, we have to meet somewhere in between. 안 그러면은 각각의 자리를 고집을 하게 되면은 절대로 협상이 안 되잖아요. 그때 이제 you have to meet somewhere in the middle, right? So, 조금씩 양보해서 중간에서 만나는 거. That's compromise, right? Or flexible. What does flexible mean? Not that strict. Not that, strict하지 않은 거, 아주 엄격하게 시간을 지켜야 되고 막 이런 것이 아니라 flexible. Some employees are, working based on flexible hours. Flexible hours는 자기가 원하는 시간에 출근했다가 원하는 시간 퇴근하고 as long as the hours are the right. So required hours are met. 그냥 요구하는 시간이 딱 맞춰지면요. 그러면요. 언제 출근하고 퇴근하는지는 상관이 없는 그런 flexible hours가 적용이 되어지는 그런 회사도 있습니다. 자, anyway, compromise and be flexible. 자, 이거는 뭘까요? What is that? 그렇죠. Give and take. Give and take. So, give and take. Okay, so it's a give and take. Give and take. Give, take. flexible하게 조절하는 거죠. Okay? And occasionally. occasionally는 여기서 무엇과 같을까요? occasionally는 때때로라는 그런 표현이 되겠는데요. Okay? off and on, off and on. off는 꺼졌다가 on은 들어왔다가 깜빡깜빡 했다 안 했다 했다 안 했다. 그러니까 가끔가다 하는 거죠. occasionally. So it's off and on. And be patient and find out later. 자, 두고 보자, right? 두고 보자. Well, in Korean, 두고 보자 can be sometimes horrible because it can give you kind of a nuance that I will get you later or, I will revenge you or something like that. 두고 보자, right? But here, 두고 보자 doesn't mean that. 두고 보자 is let's wait and see what happens later, right? So 그 두고 보자가 아니에요. 여기서는 be patient. 아주 참을성 있게 기다리고 find out later. 그래서 어떻게 되어지는지 결과가 let's wait and see, right? So in that case, you can say like wait and see. Okay, and generally speaking, 일반적으로 얘기를 하면, right? 일반적으로 얘기하면, well, 일반적인 것은 it's not specific, right? 구체적인 것과는 상관이 없는 거죠. 디테일한 거는 상관이 없으니까 by and large, 일반적으로, 대체적으로, right? So in this case, you can say by and large. Okay, and exact details, teeny tiny details. If you've got to know that, you have to know ins and outs of that, right? So 속속들이, ins and outs. 다 뒤집어보고 속속들이 다 알아야 된다라고 할 때 ins and outs is kind of a pair word that you have to understand. word pair로 여러분이 알아야 되는 거. So ins and outs. Accept it or refuse it. I don't care. Take it or leave it. Okay? I don't care. 네가 그것을 받아들이든지 그렇지 않든지. The offer is there. offer는 여기 있으니까. Okay, drink a cup of coffee. Have a sip. Well, I don't think it's the right time for me to drink this water. Well, take it or leave it, The offer is there, take it or leave it. So, well, whether you accept it or not, I don't care, right? So, accept it or refuse, I don't care. 라는 그런 뜻이 되겠죠? 자, 그러면은 여기서 뭐가 될까요? Take it or leave it이 여기서는 정답이 되겠죠? Okay, so take it or leave it. Okay, so if someone offers me to drink this during this class, well, I would take it. Okay, 저는 이 offer를 받아들이겠습니다. 그래서 마셨습니다. Okay, and now the next one, the next definition is tolerate it as best you can. Oh, green. You know what green means? You smell green and bear it. What does bear mean? I cannot bear that anymore. I can't stand it anymore. 더 이상 참을 수 없다. 자, 그런데 웃으며 그냥 참고 넘어가는 거죠. Right? So, in that case, you can say green and bear it. Tolerate it as best you can. So, green and bear. Green and bear it. Okay? So, it's kind of a word pair that you need to understand. And the last one is things. Things. things라고 하는 것은요. In English, you never omit subject, except for a certain, exceptions like ordering something. 뭔가 이렇게 명령을 한다거나 이럴 때 빼고요. 거의 주어가 빠지지 않잖아요. 그럴 때, well, 아주 막연한 주어인데, 어떻게 칭하기가 좀 그럴 때 you can say like things, right? So, 왜 그런 일들이 일어나자. Things happen, right? And things, 막연하게 얘기하고 싶을 때, in other words, you can say like odds and ends 라고 얘기할 수 있습니다. Okay? So, odds and ends. Okay, so, like, these word pairs, they go together all the time, go together well, right? So, give and take, they go together to mean what? Compromise or flexible, right? Off and on, wait and see, by and large. So, you have to always, combine these two words and use them as if these two words were one, okay? So, 이게 그 두 개지만 떨어진 거지만 하나하나씩 해석하시면 안 되고요. 한꺼번에 묶어서 하나의 단어인 것으로 해석을 하셔야 된다는 뜻입니다. Do you understand? Okay. So, why don't you repeat after me? Okay? Think about the meaning and repeat after me out loud. The louder, the longer it will remain in your brain. Okay? That is the golden rule you have to understand. Okay, so give and take. Okay, give and take. Off and on. Off and on. Wait and see. Wait and see. Let's just wait and see. 어떻게 되나 보자. Wait and see. By and large. By and large. Ins and outs. 속속들이 ins and outs. And take it or leave it. It's up to you, right? The offer is, actually there, and, take it or leave it. Grin and bear it. 어쩔 수 없이 최선을 다해서 참아보는 거죠. And odds and ends. Repeat after me. Odds and ends. Okay, good. Super. You did a good job. Now, we go to number 3 on page 93. Okay, work with a partner. Match a word in A with a word in B and a word in C. Look for synonyms and antonyms. Okay, this is what we're going to do. Well, what we're going to do now is we're going to match these words in order to make the perfect word pair to mean something. Okay, we are going to write a sentence. We're going to compose a sentence where these expressions were used. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Are you ready? Okay, then wait a minute. I'll be back. I'm back. Well, look at the board. Okay, what we're going to do is we have to find out some words from part A and combine it with some words in part B and C to have this perfect word pairs. Okay, so 하실 수 있으시죠? 자, 일단은 순서대로 가겠습니다. Now, 그 다음 뭐가 될까? Now tired, now quiet, now sound surely. No! 우리 방금 배웠었던 거잖아. Now and then, right? So now and then. So now and then. Okay? So now and then means what? That's right. Occasionally. Off and on. 이랑 마찬가지가 되겠죠. Okay, so can you make a sentence out of it? Yeah, of course. What kind of sentence can you make? Oh, well, we visited our uncle now and then, right? So now and then. We visited our uncle now and then. You can say that. How about sick? Sick, tired. Yes, sick and tired. So tired, sick, and tired. Of course, you can only say like, I am tired of something. If you're fed up with something, 뭔가 질렸을 때, you can say, I'm tired of eating pasta, or I'm tired of eating pizza. You can say that, right? But 너무너무 넌너리가 나고 지긋지긋할 때는요, 강조하는 의미, I'm sick and tired of. Okay? You put sick before tired to make it even stronger, right? So, I'm sick and tired of eating pasta. 이런 거 어때요? I'm sick and tired of wearing diamond shoes. 재수없죠? 나는 다이아몬드 신발 신는 거 너무 지겨워. 뭐 이런 것들. Anyway, so I'm sick and tired of means I'm fed up with something. So you can say, I'm sick and tired of eating kimchi. I'm sick and tired of something that you don't like, you really hate. 를 뒤에다가 넣으면 되겠죠? 자, more quiet, more sound, more or less, right? More or less를 가지고 word pair를 만들 수 있겠네요. 자, more or less는 approximately, 뭐 다소, 약간 그 정도라는 그런 표현으로 more or less. Well, Sam is earning $55,000 a year. More or less. 이렇게 얘기할 수 있어요. Right? 그 정도, approximately 라고 얘기할 수 있겠죠? Well, the team is, more or less as good as last year. 뭐, more or less는 the team is more or less the same as last year. 지난해만큼 뭐 약 다소 그 정도로 잘한다 라고 얘기할 때 you can say approximately의 뜻으로 more or less를 word pair로 써도 되겠죠. Okay? It's not that difficult. Okay? 자, and then touch. by, touch. by도 없고 touch도 없네요. 그러면은 we have to find out some other, stuff. Touch quiet, touch sound, touch surely, touch up. I know one. Touch and go. Okay, touch and go. What does that mean? Touch and go means when something is uncertain, and uncertain 하면 확실하지 않을 때, 확실하지 않은 것만 아니라 좀 뭔가 안 될 것 같고 위험하고 위태하고 때 at risk. So, if something is uncertain and at risk, you can say, that's touch and go 라고 얘기할 수 있겠습니다. Okay? So, well, like this, when somebody is having an operation, 누가 수술 받으면 누가 받았다 그럴까요? Can you name someone? Jack. Okay? Jack. So, Jack, the operation was touch and go. 이렇게 얘기해요. The operation. 잭이 받은 수술은 맹장 수술을 받았는데 the operation was touch and go. Jack might die. 네, Jack might have died. 잭은 죽을 수도 있었다. 뭐 이렇게 얘기를 할 수도 있겠죠. 그만큼 위험했다는 얘기고요. Okay, the operation was touch and go. It was so risky and uncertain. Okay? And now we go to peace. For the peace, quiet. Oh yeah, peace and quiet, they go together well. 아주 잘 어울리죠? So peace and quiet. Peace and quiet means 그냥 quiet를 강조하는 거죠. So when your room is really noisy and you want to do something and cannot concentrate because of that noise, you might go to the library for some peace and quiet. 그죠? 자, 그래서 I want to go to the library for peace and quiet. For some peace and quiet는 좀 조용했으면 좋겠으니까 좀 약간 좀 고요함을 갖기 위해서 나는 라이브러리로 향할 거야. These kids are so noisy at home, so I'm going to go to the library for some peace and quiet. You can say that. And now safe sound. Okay? Safe sound, they go together well. Safe and sound, safe and sound. 이런 것들은요, safe sound는요, 언제 잘 쓰냐면요, 미아들이 실종됐다가 찾아졌을 때 항상 클리셰처럼 나오는 것이 they were found safe and sound 이렇게 나오죠. So, hello, this is Sarah Han, and those missing kids were found safe and sound. 뭐 이런 식으로요. So, 실종됐던 애들이 발견됐다, safe and sound. What does that mean? Safe and sound? Safe. Peace and quiet도 안 썼네요, 제가. Peace and quiet. 그냥 quiet라는 뜻인데 강조된 거고요. Safe and sound. Safe and sound means safe and healthy, right? They were not hurt. They were healthy and they were safe. So those kids were found safe and sound. You can say that. And slowly, but surely. Slowly but surely, what does that mean? Gradually. Gradually의 뜻이죠. 점진적으로. Slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. Okay? So, in that case, slowly but surely가 쓰여지는 경우는요. Gradually. Well, the task will take a lot of time. 그 과제는요, 정말 시간이 많이 걸릴 겁니다. The task will take you forever. But you will get there slowly but surely. 하면은 결국에는 다 끝낼 것이다. 라는 그런 표현이 되겠죠. Okay? So, slowly and surely is used in that way. And now we go to then and there. Then and there. What does that mean? Then and there means immediately, 즉시. Then and there. 즉시 immediately의 뜻이거든요. Then and there, immediately. Okay. 언제 쓸 수 있을까요? Well, they actually saw the house. 왜 그 집을 구하려고 갔는데 they saw the house and they decided to buy that then and there. 이렇게 얘기할 수 있겠죠. So, 즉시 거기서 사기로 결정했다. When the house was really, really nice and cheap, this can happen, right? So, they decided to buy that house then and there. Immediately, 즉시 보자마자 살려고 했다. 그런 표현이 되겠습니다. Oh yeah, so what pairs are used in English a lot. And I want you to freely use these expressions in your English. So mix them well so that your English can, sound much natural and better. Okay? Okay. 네, 좋습니다. Okay, and now it's time for us to go to 11.6로 가도록 할 텐데요. We're going to listen to this dialogue. They're talking about taking a vacation, but, each person, have a problem taking a vacation. 그 vacation을 가는 데 있어서 둘 다 문제가 있어요. 두 사람이 얘기를 하는데 both of them have problems taking a vacation. Why? What kind of problem this person has? 이런 것들을 우리가 파악을 하면서 중요한 것은 we have to find out what kind of word pairs they use in their language. Okay? So this is the focus of today. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Word pairs. Word pairs가 핵심이기 때문에 word pairs를 한번 여러분 들으시면서 어떤 것이 쓰였는지 내용 파악 같이 하시면서 multitasking 하셔야 돼요. Okay? So 내용 파악하시면서 어떤 word pair 쓰였는지 한번 적어보세요. Okay? You understand what I mean? Okay, then. Ready? Go!
Are you going to take a vacation this year?
I'd love to, but we'll have to wait and see. We're kind of broke at the moment.
We're hoping to rent that farmhouse in Vermont, but it's touch and go whether we will.
Why's that?
Well, I don't know if I can get the time off work.
But I thought they were good about giving you time off.
Yeah, they are, by and large. But we're a small company, and we have to cover for each other, so there's a lot of give and take.
Yeah, I can see that. At least you got away last year. I'm sick and tired of not being able to go anywhere.
I am sick and tired of not being able to go anywhere. Do you feel the same way too? Well, me, I want to go somewhere. Yeah, I think I'm a little sick and tired. But I have no money and no time. 불쌍하죠? 네, 아닙니다. 저는요, I really enjoy studying with you. Okay? Alright. So, word pairs. 자, word pairs가 어디서 어떻게 쓰였는지 한번 확인하면서 내용도 같이 파악해 보도록 할게요. Okay. The first expression is this. Are you going to take a vacation this year? 네, 올해에 휴가할 거니? Are you going to take a vacation this year? And the response is, I'd love to. I'd like to가 아니라 I'd love to. 진짜 가고 싶은데. But, the important thing is but. 하지만 but이죠. But, we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait. Wait and see. Wait and see. What does that mean? Well, be patient and find it out later. Right? Wait and see. 갈 수 있다 없다 지금 결정하는 것이 아니라 yes, we can go. No, we cannot go. No. You will see how things are going. 어떻게 상황들이 전개되는지 일단 보고 그리고 나서 you have to wait and see. Okay? So, 두고 봐야 된다. 라는 그런 표현이죠. Repeat after me. Wait and see. Oh, well, we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. Right? Okay. So, we'll have to wait and see. We're kind of broke at the moment. What does be broke mean? Oh, penniless. No money. Hey ho, no money home. Meat, nowhere drink, nowhere money have I no. 돈도 없어요. So, penniless. 돈 없어요. At the moment, 지금 이 순간에요. So, we're kind of broke and we are kind of broke at the moment. So, they can't afford it. They cannot afford it. 그 여유가 안 되는 거죠. Okay. And we're hoping to rent that farmhouse in Vermont. 돈이 없다고 하는데 상대방이 또 이렇게 얘기하면 속상하잖아요. 우리는 버몬트에다가 큰 farmhouse를 빌릴 예정이야. 되게 잘난 척하는 거잖아요. Anyway, so we are going to rent. We are hoping to rent a farmhouse in Vermont. Okay? We're hoping to rent that farmhouse in Vermont. But what is the problem? But it's touch and go whether we will. It's touch and go. It's touch and go. It's touch and go. It's touch and go whether we will. Whether we will. What does that mean? Well, touch and go. Do you remember it? Touch and go. What does that mean? Well, touch and go means, it's uncertain. They don't know yet. It's uncertain and at risk. So, 안 될 가능성도 많고요. 그죠? So, it's uncertain and at risk. So, whether we will. So, they don't know whether they can make it or not. Right? So, it's touch and go. Uncertain. Okay? Why is that? You know, we can be kind of curious if somebody who has money, 돈이 있는데 vacation 갈지 안 갈지 모르겠어 라고 얘기하면은 궁금하잖아요. 저도 되게 궁금하거든요. Why is that? 물어봤네요. Well, I don't know if I can get the time off work. Okay, get the time off work. Get the time off는 시간을 빼는 거죠. 그죠? 그래서 직장에서 좀 휴가를 낼 수 있을지 모르겠어. 그런 표현이죠. But I thought they were good about giving you time off. Giving somebody time off는 휴가를 주다라는 그런 표현이죠. 여기서 they는 누굴까요? But I thought they're good about giving you time off. But I thought they were good about giving you time off. 여기서 they는 막연하게 직장. 회사를 얘기하는 거죠. 그 회사에서 상사들, 뭐 이런 막연한 사람들을 얘기할 때 they라고 얘기합니다. 그래서 근데 시간 잘 빼주지 않았니? 라는 그런 표현이 되겠죠. Yeah, by and large가 쓰였네요. So they are by and large. Yes, they are by and large. Okay, by and large는 무슨 뜻이야? Generally. 일반적으로는 그렇다. So, what's omitted after are? They are good about giving me the time off. 나한테 시간 빼주는 거 아주 관대하게 잘해주기는 하는데, by and large, 일반적으로. 근데 what is the problem? Well, you know, her company is a small company. 그러니까 회사가 작기 때문에요. Well, everybody should cover, you know, each other's work. 모두가 서로의 그 일을 cover 해줘야 되는 그런 거예요. So we have to cover for each other. So, there's a lot of give and take. 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 Okay, what does that mean? Give and take. If you give something, you get something. So, okay, I will take this time off and you will allow me to, you know, take this time off this time and I will next time. So they're kind of, you know, flexibly adjusting the time. They're kind of compromising, right? So there's a lot of give and take. It's kind of flexible, right? And it's kind of, you need to compromise the time, right? 이제 그런 얘기가 되겠죠. Okay? Yeah, I can see that. At least you go away last year. 지난해에 너는 you go get away last year. 지난해에 그 놀러 갔다 왔잖아. 그 최소한 난 지난해에도 못 갔어. 이런 얘기가 되겠죠. I'm sick and tired of not being able to take a vacation. I'm sick and tired of not being able to go anywhere. 어디도 못 가는 거 너무너무 지긋지긋해. 벌써 몇 년째쯤 It's been like years. So I am sick and tired of. I am sick and tired of not being able to go anywhere. Not being able to go anywhere. I am sick and tired. I'm fed up with. 이런 게 너무 지긋지긋해. 그런 표현이겠죠? So, here, the word pairs, wait and see, touch and go, by and large, give and take, and sick and tired were used. Okay? So far. Now, it's time for us to go to part 2 of this conversation. Okay? And let's try to find out what kind of word pairs were used in this conversation segment. Okay? Are you ready? Let's listen.
You get away now and then, don't you?
More then than now. We used to spend the occasional weekend in the country, but since the kids came along, it's more difficult. Oh, for the peace and quiet of the countryside. Ugh, but I don't suppose we'd get much peace or quiet, even if we could afford to go, what with 3 kids and 2 dogs.
Is Chris fed up too?
You know Chris, never complains, just grins and bears it.
Just grins and bears it. Okay, you know what these 3 fingers mean? There were 3 word pairs. Okay? 여기서 포커스가 되는 word pairs가 3개였어요. 그래서 제가 이러고 있습니다. 맨 마지막에 just grins and bears it 이 나왔어요. Right? Okay, so 나중에는 you get away now and then, don't you? Now and then means what? occasionally. So you get away. You get away now and then. Don't ya? Don't ya? So get away. Get away for a vacation. Okay? So vacation을 휴가를 가기 위해서 어딘가 떠나잖아. Now and then. So even though you don't go every year, now and then, every 2 years or 3 years, you take a vacation, don't you? 이렇게 물어보는 거나 마찬가지죠. So now and then means what? Now and then. Okay, 지금이나 그때나. Okay, what does that mean? Yes, that's right. Occasionally. Occasionally. Okay, off and on, now and then, occasionally. So, 가끔 가다가 휴가 가시잖아요. 그래도요, 지난해 못 갔어도요. 라고 얘기를 했죠. 자, 그러니까, more than now. What does that mean? More than, 그때는 많이 갔었는데, 옛날이 많이 갔죠. than now. 지금, 요즘보다는, 요즘은 통 못 간다는 그런 얘기가 되겠죠? We used to spend occasional weekend in the country, but since the kids came along, 아이들이 태어난 이후로는요, it's difficult. 어렵대요, right? Okay, it's more difficult. Oh, for the peace and quiet of the countryside. For the peace and quiet, the peace and quiet of the countryside. Okay, if you go to a countryside, it's really peaceful. Okay? And you cannot hear kind of a noise that you hear in the city, in a metropolitan city. It's really noisy. The cars are running really fast and there are lots of other, machineries running and, there are kind of noises that we cannot bear sometimes in the metropolitan city. But, if you're away in the countryside, you no more, hear those strange noises, right? And there's like a peace and quiet in the countryside. Peace and quiet means what? Shh. That's right. Tranquility, 고요함, quietness. 이런 것들이 얘기하는 거죠. So, peace and quiet. It is the same with quiet, right? But, by, putting peace in front of it, it is even more emphasized. Peace and quiet. Okay? Peace and quiet. Okay, so for the peace and quiet of the countryside, but I don't suppose would get much peace and quiet. 요즘에는 그렇게 조용하게 지내지도 못한대요. 왜요? Even if we could afford to go, 는 갈 수 있다는 얘기예요? 없다는 얘기예요? 없다는 얘기죠. 그죠? 지금 재정적인 형편이 안 돼서 못 가지만 그래도 현재 사실과 반대로 만약에 가정을 해보면 if we could afford to go, 갈 수 있다고 가정을 할지라도 what with 3 kids and 2 dogs? 애들은 3명이고요. 개는 2마리예요. 자, what with A and B는 A도 그렇고 B도 그렇고 해서 자, 애들도 3명이고 개도 2마리고 그래서 peace and quiet하고는 거리가 멀게 그 베이케이션을 갔다 올 수밖에 없다는 얘기죠. Is Chris fed up too? Be fed up, be sick and tired of. 아까 그 word pairs 공부했었죠? Chris never complains. Chris는 절대로 complain 안 한대요. Grins and bears it. Chris grins and bears it. What does grins and bears mean? He just grins and bears it. Okay, what does that mean? Well, he tries to tolerate it as best he can. 아주 그 최대한으로 참으려고 노력한다. Well, he just grins and bears it. He just grins and bears it. 그래서 크리스도 이 상황이 마음에 들어하진 않지만 잘 참아가고 있다. 그런 표현이 되겠죠. Okay? Okay, now it's time for us to listen to the last part of this conversation. Let's listen.
I tell you what, if we do manage to get that farmhouse, why don't you all join us? It's huge.
Oh, that's so kind. But I don't know. Wouldn't we be spoiling your vacation? What would Pat think? What if...
Oh, just come along. The offer's there. You can take it or leave it.
I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. It would be great. But Can I talk to Chris about it first?
Of course. I'm sure you'll want to go through all the pros and cons together.
I can't think of many cons. It's just too good to be true. Thank you so much.
Well, as I said, the offer's there. Let's hope I get the time off work. We'll have a great time together.
Oh, I think this person is really, really nice to offer. Why don't you come and join us to our place? Well, we're going to rent this big farmhouse in Vermont. Vermont에다가 big farmhouse를 빌린다고 그랬잖아요. 그러니까 초대를 했어요. So, the other person was invited for the vacation, to spend a vacation with the person, right? Okay. 자, 그래서 그랬는데 사실은 그거에 대해서 좀 생각을 해봐야 되는 그런 상황이죠. 갔을 때, what if I spoil your vacation? Spoil? What does spoil mean? 망치다, right? Here, come along, 같이 가자. The offer's here, you can take it or leave it. 이라고 썼어요. So, the offer's here, come along, 같이 갑시다, come along, right? And the offer's here, the offer's there. Okay, take it or leave it. Okay, take it or leave it means what? You can either accept it or refuse it. I don't care. Okay? So you can, whether you accept it or refuse it, I don't care. I just offered you anyway. So, 이 제안을 했으니까 받아들이건 말건 이거는 뭐 너한테 맡긴다. I don't care. 난 상관 안 한다. 무슨 뜻이겠죠? So you can take it or leave it. You can take it or leave it. 이렇게 얘기를 했어요. So come along. The offer's there. You can take it or leave it. So this is another word pair that was used in this conversation. And she said, oh, I'm going to ask my husband, Chris. And they said, oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead and ask Chris. 이렇게 이제 얘기를 하면서 뭐라고 얘기했냐면요. Well, I bet you will go through all the pros and cons. Okay, pros and cons라는 말이 나왔어요. Okay, so you want to go through all the pros and cons. I'm sure you will. 너희들은 뭐뭐 할 것이다. Okay, so you'll want to go through all the pros and cons. Okay, here's another word pair. Pros and cons. What does pro mean? Pro라고 하는 것은 some good points. Some points that you can support this argument. Okay? So, 여러분이 이 argument 어떤 그 논쟁에 있어서 찬성을 하게 된다 그러면은 찬성하는 점들, pros. 이런 점에서 좋다. vacation을 farmhouse로 같이 join해서 갔을 때 좋은 점. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are pros. How about cons? 가지 말아야 하는 이유. Cons. So 찬성 반대, pros and cons, right? So, I'm sure you will want to go through all the pros and cons. Pros and cons 쭉 한번 보면서 이러면 좋고 나쁘고 점수를 매겨가지고 그래서 가자 안 가자 이렇게 결정할 거지? 라는 그런 표현이 되겠죠. 오케이, 굉장히 scientific way를 사용을 하는군요. 그죠? So it's a kind of a scientific way to make a decision, right? Okay, so pros and cons together. I can think of many cons. 가지 말아야 될 반대를 별로 생각할 수 없다. 라고 얘기를 하고 있죠. 자, 하여튼간 이제 끝 마무리는요. 시간이 좀 돼가지고 같이 갔으면 좋겠다. 라는 그런 얘기로 마무리를 했습니다. 오케이. 자, 우리 전반적으로 이렇게 word pair가 많이 쓰여지는 거 다이얼로그에서 보셨는데요. 이런 word pair들이 쓰여지는 순간순간 여러분이 바로바로 캐치할 수 있도록 하시는 것도 일단 중요하고요. One more thing to add is why don't you use them freely in your conversation. 여러분 conversation에서 자연스럽게 쓸 수 있도록 내용을 숙지하고 입에 배게 하는 거. That's your homework. Okay? Okay. That's it for today. 오늘 여기서 마치도록 하겠습니다. Okay? Bye. You have to come back safe and sound.